Hello and welcome to my solicitation stream for October 2022. I have the link for the solicitations, and remember, this is DC Comics only. Marvel did do their solicitations, but I looked through those, and there's absolutely nothing I want to talk about, sadly. Um, I really feel bad because I do like many Marvel properties. I just am not invested in anything they're doing. Ever since they
I
canceled
know.
Black Widow, I'm just like,
The only ones I have are any of their throwback minis, especially if Peter David's involved.
yeah. Well, here's one question. They did solicit the like giant sized Gwen Stacy. I don't remember when that's coming out, but that's going to finish up
Don't
that
care.
book. Are you
Don't
excited
care.
about that?
Don't care.
Ah, it was weird because like
I don't
that
know what took
character
so
is going to
long.
die.
Yeah. Wonder why it took so long. But like I said, Peter David stuff, especially with Joe Fixit next year.
Hmm.
He has the new Fantastic Four still. He just wrapped up all three of the Maestro books. Have you,
Hmm?
the Future Imperfect stuff?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where it basically gives us the everything that led up to Maestro taking over. Although this one ended kind of abruptly.
I do wonder what they're doing these days. I don't know. Everything is AVAXE right now, and I'm just like,
I don't care.
I
I
was
do
liking
not.
Eternals, but like, I do not want to cross over with literally every title ever.
Or at least it's Kieran Gillian doing it. So let's see how well they can actually do an event.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. I'm just like, that's so much I'd have to read, and I don't want to have to catch it.
It's Marvel. What do you expect?
I guess I've gotten too used to DC events where it's basically like three or four titles crossing over.
And even then, it's only one. They're all within their own self-contained stuff. I mean, look at Marvel with Reckoning War. That was within Fantastic Four mostly, but it was still a huge event.
When did that happen?
It just ended.
Oh, really?
Reckoning War literally just ended.
Oh, yay, Slot. And
Yeah,
Slot's now doing another Spider-Man event. Yay.
probably because they know he's already done with Fantastic. That's the only thing I can think of that got him away from Fantastic Four so fast. Then he probably didn't want to do any events.
Well, let's get started on our solicits. So we're going to
Yeah.
start just looking through what we got. Of course, they start with Batman. This
What
continues.
What do you
What?
think? What do you even think about the fail-safe stuff? Because yeah, I'm interested on where this fail-safe is going. I mean, I've heard stuff already about the next issue, and
What have you heard?
yeah. Oh, about well, we get a bit more insight into it, but it feels like Batman doesn't have much of a clue about what this fail-safe. Like he knows what fail-safe is, but either he's forgotten about it or something.
Oh man, the last page. So I have read it. The
I
last
have no.
page.
I'm aware of the last page too. It's very Morrison-y.
The last page is a wham. And what I
Yeah.
think is so interesting is that both Ram V and Chip Zdarsky are drawing deeply on Morrison right now.
Oh yeah. And plus, you have Ed Beeson doing
Batman Inc.
Incorporated.
But we'll get to that because that's a solicit. I'm very excited about that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I am hooked on what Zdarsky's doing. I am enjoying it. Of course, the art is just gorgeous, but like Zdarsky is writing a fun story, and I am enjoying that. I did not have the same like. I felt that Josh Williamson's first issue had great art, but I just left it feeling really cold. I was just like, character motivations weren't there, the tension for the conflict wasn't there. But
Agreed.
this one, it was for me. Like I like
Oh
the way he's
yeah.
moving it up.
And at least it's make and yeah, yeah. And at least I also know that the stuff with Tim is quickly wrapped up.
Well, having read the second issue, it is not.
No, no. I mean, most isn't. He's up and about.
Oh yeah.
That's what I
All right.
meant. It's not like he's still in critical.
Right. I think that's good because we've already had Tim fake out death, and I don't need that again.
Okay, but yeah. So
All right, so here's our Jorge Jimenez cover. Gorgeous.
yep.
Man,
Typical for Jorge.
so amazing. Ryan Sook, which is unusual for him. It feels more like Lee Weeks, honestly.
It kind of does, yeah.
The more abstract shape type thing and the rain look in the sky. I don't know. It's gorgeous. I really like that. Um, this is Jock, right?
I think so. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
Jock. Signature on the left is Jock. Um, I don't know who this one is. And this is Failsafe, the
Right.
the robot with the dead Batman. So let me take a look at it and see what those covers are. So Jorge Jimenez does the main cover. Leonardo Romero. Oh, that's the backup. Oh, that must have been Gabriel Delato, the really realistic one. And then Francisco Mattina doing the failsafe one. And Ryan Sook is the 1 in 25. And the Jock is going to be a 1 in 50 foil variant.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will say, I've been reading Zdarsky's Substack, and he revealed that he's going to be writing backups for at least like the first whole arc, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
cool. And that's what Tynan did too. He wrote backups for the first arc about Ghostmaker. Unfortunately, I didn't like those backups. I understood what he was doing. I think it was a commendable effort. He was trying to draw in the manga audience because, like, basically the whole Ghostmaker is just a shonen anime hero, like anti-hero.
Right. But he's one of the
Um,
better ones that's been incorporated in that still the tie to Bruce's past that doesn't feel too shoehorned in. And I still like the fact that when he was first introduced, we think, oh no, he's going to be against
a
Bruce every
villain,
step.
another bad guy.
Another, like, what are some of those others, race and all that.
Right, another Deathstroke clone is really what I thought.
But at the end, he's like, oh no, I'll do it your way then.
Like, he's a friend, and I love that both
And
Rose,
a legit friend
yeah,
that,
one that Bruce
yeah,
cares about, and who cares about Bruce, even though he is a sociopath. Like, the way that Zdarsky's writing Ghostmaker in the night is great,
yeah.
and I am really excited for Ghostmaker in Batman Inc. I think that's a really cool idea. I think that really works, and I
Mm-hmm.
agree. I love the twist that Tynan threw at us in that first Ghostmaker.
Or more like a subversion than a twist because we set him up as a friend, and then it's just a subversion where it's like, oh, you're expecting he's going to turn on Bruce, but nope.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just really interested to see where he goes because he's clearly got taken on a life of his own without Tynan. Because if I had to guess, Tynan would have taken him through like a 3-year arc where he was friends with Bruce, and then at the climax, like 1 year before Tynan's run ended, he would have had them come to blows. There would have been a conflict because that seems normal, like a natural way for the story to progress. But now that Tynan's gone and other people have taken ownership of Ghostmaker, I think that's really interesting to see what happens next.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next,
All right, so next we have the Riddler Year One.
are you
It
excited
has
for this?
120. This is a 250 variant by Jim Lee. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
They really expect this to sell. All right, so here's our main cover.
Yep.
There's a painting cover. I don't recognize that one. That's actually really nice. I kind of like Shadow of the Batman and him peeking over a car.
Right.
And which one's the Jim Lee? Maybe that one's not
Uh,
done yet.
probably.
Yeah, I don't recognize enough of these artists, so I can't say for sure. And actually, there's 2 Jim Lee covers. So let's see.
Oh,
So let me think. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 covers. Actually, here's my guess. I think neither of the Jim Lee covers are done, so we haven't seen either of them here because there's only
well,
5
no,
covers.
well, you're really surprised with Jim.
No, but like actually, there's a ton of unfinished covers. I'm going to point them out as we go on because there's a ton of unfinished covers in this solicitations.
Yeah, but Stevan Subic, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
I've seen
Uh,
some of his work before, but wait, isn't he the one who did Blaze?
Says he's making his American comics debut, so I
Oh, then
would.
never mind. Then never mind. Then I was thinking of someone else.
He
Then,
did
but what
Conan
do you
the
think about?
Cimmerian for French publisher.
But what do you think though about Paul Dano doing this? I mean, has he had
I
comic experience or?
I'm always hesitant about people coming into comics who have
I mean,
where
has he
most of
done
the
right? Has he
universe comes
done
from.
writing before? Has he done writing before?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, because
I haven't
at
really
least,
followed his career.
yeah, at least people like
What about Bruce
um.
Campbell? Has he done writing?
Oh yeah, well, he's done his own autobiography, and I think he's helped out with creative stuff with Evil Dead or Burn Notice, and I think he even directed stuff from Burn Notice. So,
True, but directing and writing are
well, oh, I think
different.
he also co-wrote the prequel movie that focused on his character from Burn
Oh, okay.
Notice.
All right, here we have Batman One Bad Day Penguin. This is by John Ridley, art by
Uh,
Camuncoli.
Ridley. Oh boy,
I
I'm gonna
am
grunt about him later.
I am very upset about what we're going to talk about later because, like,
Yeah, especially
well,
given what he's
we'll
done, and
talk
I
about it
am.
later. But let's
Yeah,
just
yes.
say I am upset. This one. So the concept of this actually sounds really cool. Here's a cool
Oh yeah.
Camuncoli cover. Penguin is like thrown out, and he has to fight his way back against Umbrella Man, which is funny because he uses umbrellas. So Penguin versus Umbrella, that's clever.
Is
And this
Umbrella Man
first,
an established villain, or is he new?
I don't recognize the name, but I mean, there's 80 years of history, so I don't.
Yeah,
I know
I
there's.
can't do a search on my end at the moment, so you'd have to do that.
All right, I'll do a quick check.
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing stuff from my phone.
Um, oh, there is no listed Umbrella Man.
Okay. There we
This
know about
cover is
Umbrella Guy.
great.
We know about an Umbrella Guy, but that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, this is a great cover with Batman and Penguin there. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous. Um, that's good too. Penguin
Yep.
fighting in a meat house. Oh, and that's Jim Lee too. I don't know the concept, and this is the main cover by Camuncoli. The concept sounds really good. I just don't trust Ridley anymore because everything he's done, except for Second Son, has let me down.
I would say I Am Batman until the recent issue was getting on a good footing once he went to New
The
York.
recent issue was ass,
But
though.
before that, he was starting. I think he's more doing better now that he's away from Gotham, allowing him to
But
become
then he's
a
getting right back to Gotham with this Penguin thing and the later one that we're going to talk about.
yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So
but yeah,
this
but
one,
now basically Joker season 2
yes, this is exactly Joker season, and it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Rosenberg did the co-writing on several issues during
and the
Tynan's run
annual.
and the annual, and he had that Joker puzzle box series. So clearly, like, he's the guy they would turn to, and I'm disappointed because I didn't hate the issues he did, but
Oh, those were still him just doing the writing, playing off of Tinian scripts.
right. So here's the thing that really irritates me. Carmine Di Giandomenico is one of my favorite artists, and
Yep.
I want him to do either Batman or Detective. I love that he's doing Batman the Knight, but I want him on
Yep.
Batman because he did a very short run with James Robinson, and his art was amazing, but James Robinson was ass on writing.
Wait. When was this? When was this?
Just before Tomasi.
Oh, wait. The only time I remember James Robinson doing was Face to Face.
That was Detective Comics, I think.
No, no. Wait. No, James Robinson had. Oh no, you're right. Now I remember. Now I remember. It was a
I think
very
Face to
brief
Face
arc.
was the arc in Detective Comics.
No, Face to Face was years before. That was the 1 year later stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, he did like a sequel to Face to Face because it was a Two-Face story.
No, that was Tomasi that did a Two-Face story.
Robinson also did a Two-Face story.
Okay, now I remember. Yes, I remember that now. And that was not a good arc. That was clearly a
Oh, it was
fill-in
awful.
arc.
It was
That was
terrible.
fill-in.
I did not like Tomasi's run, but his Two-Face story was actually decent.
Oh, he was picking up where we left off before, way back during Batman and Robin. Remember? Yeah, there was a Batman and Robin
I
arc.
basically skipped that whole arc because I wanted to get to the Return of Robin Rises stuff.
Well, yeah, but that was the one because at the end he shoots himself in the head.
Right. Anyway,
But
so I think this is going to have amazing art, but I'm just not
Rosenberg's
excited.
been doing good though. Rosenberg's been doing good though. I mean, look at DC versus Vampires.
Well, I mean, I don't like that series, but
Especially, let me guess, especially what happened to Nightwing.
no, I just don't like vampires.
Okay.
So this one conceptually is weird to me because they're doing the War of Jokes and Riddles concept again. Like, why would you do that?
Mm.
I don't know. And there's apparently a backup. I don't know. This series, I knew they were going to do this, but I wish they weren't. Because I don't like Joker. And the only reason I loved Tynan's Joker is because that's
It was a Gordon book with Joker just as the
main
selling
bad,
point.
the big bad.
I
Well,
say
he
no.
was
I
the big bad.
say the selling point simply.
Well, he was also the selling point.
No, he was more the selling point because he was hardly there.
He was he physically wasn't there a lot, but like he was the driver of everything Jim was doing. Like I really liked how Tynan he wove in Killing Joke and all the things that Joker has done to Jim Gordon. So it's still very Joker centric. It's just Joker's effect on people.
Now I have to wonder. Quick question: do you think Tynion intended to have all the tie-ins to Talon and all of his other work, or do you think that came about after he decided to leave and decided I'm going to tie up everything I've done?
So Tynan always ties into Talon when he can. Like he.
Oh, and I like Talon, and I like Talon.
I do too. I need to reread it because I like the way that it actually delves into the structure of the Court of Owls. But it's been a long time since I read it.
But I'm just saying, given the granddaughter or daughter, whichever, what's his name?
That main old dude from the Talon series.
The golden face, the golden masked one, yeah.
Yeah. No, well, obviously, I think that was planned from the beginning. Like, that's the kind of thing that... But here's the thing. I think that issue 15 is basically him trying to compress years 2 and 3 into one issue.
And to set up anyone else. Do you think anyone else is going to pick up Jit Gordon and Bullock doing their own independent stuff?
Yes, they are. I have read the first issue of Ram V's Detective Comics, and Cy Spurrier is writing the follow-up to it, but it sucks butt. Now, to be fair, I hate Cy Spurrier. People who like him may enjoy it.
Wait. What has he done? What has he done?
He did Constantine, and I thought it was obnoxious.
Ah.
And he did The Dreaming, which I also thought was obnoxious.
All right.
He's got a big fandom, but I don't like Tom Taylor. I don't like Scott Snyder on Batman. I'm very hot take. I just don't like the popular people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Joker. So this one I'm very upset about. Punchline, the Gotham game. Teeny House. I'm tired of Teeny House.
Are you surprised, or were you expecting what's her name to be doing the writing?
I was expecting Sam Johns to write it.
Yeah, especially the way, although that ending was abrupt.
Yeah, it was weird. Again, I think they were trying to cram all their plans into one, because James Tynion said he had 3-year plans for Batman and Joker.
So it ended up being a year and a half. It ended up being a year and a half.
Exactly. And trying to cram in 3 years into...
Although I have a feeling Rosenberg probably is going to be playing off of some of the ideas Tynion had.
I've asked him that on Twitter. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Who's doing covers on Punchline? So this is a 6-issue miniseries, so it's not as bad as it could be. I don't think DC thinks that Punchline can actually sustain an ongoing, which is
not now, not lately. No, not after her hype has died down.
Yeah. They are doing a 1 in 100, so they do think this thing's gonna sell. So
right. Main
cover is Gleb Melnikov, which is cool. Variants by Derek Chu and Rose Besh, great. Variant by incentive variants by Albuquerque, March, and Manhani, and we only get 6. So there's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we should have all of them. So here's the Albuquerque. That's decent.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Derek Chu. It's okay. I don't recognize this artist. That's the Rose Besh. I really like that one. But I really like Rose Besh. I think she's great.
Right.
And that's the Guillaume March. And I actually really like this one. I've really fallen in love with Guillaume March's art because of Joker and what he did with Batman. I think he did phenomenal work with James Tynion, and I am glad to see him continuing to have prominence. But this is cool. It's like evil Batman on the gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Like, look at that. And here's the main cover by Gleb
Wow,
Melnikov.
wow.
It's
And
fine.
it's fine, but not
The
compared
colors
to
aren't.
the.
The colors are kind of boring.
Yeah,
I don't know. I do love Gleb Melnikov though. I'm just
right.
so pissed off. This is Teeny Howard. Oh,
Moving on.
and it looks like it's gonna
Teeny
continue
and
on.
Blake Howard aren't they sisters or something
No, that's her husband.
or husband? Sorry. Well, maybe he's a better writer.
So I said that on Discord and stuff says, but maybe it's worse. I hope not.
All right. Anyway,
All right, so this is more T. Franklin does
look, as long as
Harley
they're
Ivy.
keeping her to the Harley Ivy series, I'll be content.
Yeah, I didn't read it, so I don't know.
It's
I have,
actually well, it matches the show. It matches the show.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm glad. That's what you expect from a tie-in. So Evan Narciss, what has he done? He sounds so familiar.
I mean, I think they're a writer on the game.
Yeah, but I feel like he's done a lot of other stuff too. The name just sounds so
Yeah.
familiar.
But
Oh,
anyway,
I should read. This is Gotham Knights Gilded City. This is the prequel to the video game. It's a 6-issue miniseries. Art is by Abel. Don't recognize that. And they're not actually doing as many variants as I thought they would be. So it's weird. This project sounds a lot like the Gotham Year One miniseries because it's going back in time. There's going to be flashbacks to like the 1800s.
mm-hmm.
And that also sounds like Gates of Gotham. So conceptually, I think it sounds really cool. This is a great cover by Greg Capullo. This is Jim Lee's art from last year. So I don't know what they're doing here, but okay. And here is Yannick Paquette.
Yep.
Don't like the green there, but everything else looks cool. And I don't recognize that, but I like the composition. That's cool.
Yep.
Kind of abstract, but cool looking. So conceptually, it's like, so they say it's Batman's last case before he quote unquote dies. Now I firmly believe
Which has been they keep on confirming up and down he is dead.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Could be it's separate from the other games.
He's not dead. Come on, man.
Let's wait and see.
We will wait and see, but I am firmly convinced he's not really dead.
Well, anyway.
And here's the one that I'm probably most excited about announcement.
Oh yeah. I mean, I say Tom King. I would say this. Something I've realized, especially with Killing Time, he works best when you and comparing that to Dark Crisis, World Without Justice League, Superman. One issue, he's not good unless he has all of the pages at his disposal. He's not good with a cramped up, time. But give him 12 issues is when he overdoes it with 12 issues. I've noticed with him, 6 issues is his best.
I don't know. I really liked the World Without Superman one.
It was fine, but I think it's like he didn't. As you could tell, he was cramming things.
I don't know. It had a rhythm to me. Like I thought the rhythm was good.
Fair enough, but still, I would say 12 issues. They should stop giving him 12 issues. Those are way too much time that he ends up stretching and padding.
So I think I go back and forth on this. My big thing, of course, is Batman Catwoman. And I think the real problem with Batman Catwoman isn't the length; it's the structuring.
The jumping around.
I really wish he'd released it in 3 like trade volumes, so you have the past, the present, and the future. I think people actually wouldn't be angry about that. I think it was the fact that people couldn't tell what happened when. Now, I just read the whole thing in one night, and I think it actually makes pretty much perfect sense when you read it like that. But when you try to read it month to month, and then there's like 3-month breaks between issues, it's really hard to figure out how things go together.
And then you have to add in the other stories from the prior anthology books, like Catwoman 80 years, or the special, or some of the stuff like Detective 1027.
I don't think Detective 1027 is necessary. I do think that Catwoman 80th is.
Well, it leads into why he died.
We don't need to know why he died. It's irrelevant.
Also Batman Annual 2, Batman Rebirth Annual 2.
Oh yeah, well that one. So if you read all of Batman Catwoman, you start to understand it's basically The past story takes place immediately after the past story in Batman Annual, and the future story takes place 1 week after the future story in Batman Annual. And then the main present story takes place about a year after Batman 85.
Right.
All right, so this is art by Phil Hester, inks by Eric Gasper, colors by Jordi Belair. That is a fantastic art team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Gotham City Year One. That's an interesting idea of instead, and plays off the idea of Gotham being a character.
Yeah, I will be really interested because this is sort of what Scott Snyder did with Court of Owls. So I will be interested to see Slam Bradley fighting something. You think that Helen Wayne is going to die or no?
I don't know.
Because the story is about the kidnapping of Helen Wayne, who's like a child.
Maybe. Who knows?
He's compared it to Chinatown, and that makes me think she's definitely dead.
Right. Well, and given his stuff was doing Rorschach, and what happened was that kidnapping of the little girl in Watchmen. The reason why what made Rorschach go from being a regular vigilante to a psycho.
Yeah, I'm trying to that didn't happen. That happened in the original Watchmen, right?
I know. In the original, but this is Tom King loving Rorschach and all that.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Batman. So I'm also very excited about this. This is an ongoing Batman Incorporated, written by Ed Brisson, who I actually have really had a difficult relationship with as a writer over the last several years because I really hated his issues of Batman and Robin Eternal, and I haven't liked I haven't been interested in any of his projects at Marvel. But his one shot for Peacekeeper 01 was actually really good.
Yep.
During Fear State. I really hated his Ghost Maker. No, not Ghost Maker. Clown Hunter. His Clown Hunter one shot was awful. But his
But he did the didn't he do the Ghost Hunter and Ghost Maker one shot? Or issue 2?
Are you talking about the annual?
The annual, yeah.
Yeah, well, the annual is basically a pilot for this. And it was really good. Same artist, same writer. And I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of John Timms, but his stuff.
I liked him. I liked him on Harley Quinn.
It was okay, but I have to say, him working on that annual kind of got me over to his side. This looks cool. This looks really cool.
Yeah,
and they got Knight Rider. Yay! I love Knight Rider. And the new character Wolf from the annual. So yeah, this will be very cool. Here's I don't know which artist this is, but this is Derek Chu, and this looks like a new character. Do you think it's that cop from? No, she didn't.
Probably. Maybe. Oh, who knows?
I don't know. Looks cool though.
Yeah.
All right, but this series looks really exciting. I'm trying to think. Do they reveal much about the story here? Oh, someone from the recent past is brutally murdered.
Night Squire again?
Wait, do you think it's shirtless girl, Angel Breaker? You think she's dead?
Who knows?
Oh man, I'm still angry about the waste of shirtless girl. That's so stupid.
Okay,
right.
this.
So
God.
Here's where
Okay.
Very irritated.
First of all, let's look back at Ridley. The way he was wrote Renee back during other history of the DC universe. How it's so clear. It was so clear. He wanted her, like he had no choice but to keep her as a cop. If he had his way, she would have not been a cop. He had to keep her as a cop. And so he had her be so disgruntled about being a cop.
Here's the thing that really pisses me off. He clearly just played fast and loose with Gotham Central. And you should not do that.
Oh, yeah. And what still pissed me off about that particular issue? You want to know what it was?
Yeah.
It was the fact that he had to be, in his mind, Bush was president, and we still had all the other stuff that happened. It's like Lex was president. He never did the Patriot Act.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't care about what happened in the past. He reads a Wikipedia summary and then just does his own thing.
Or in the case of when he did the Bumblebee issue. Oh, I'm going to play off of how Terra was and Deathstroke were in the anime series, and that would be that Terra was the sweet angel who was just led astray.
I am
Oh, and don't get me
I'm
started
really
on
pissed that they gave this, because how many
it's so.
people
Oh,
would
you
love
know,
like a follow up to Gotham Central? So many people. Great series.
can I
I
tell
love
you what?
Boredom of Gotham. You know, the Dixon and O'Neill miniseries in the '90s. I love a focus on the cops in
Yeah,
the
can I
Gotham.
tell you where what I read this when I read the synopsis is? I'm reading this as um, the cops. Oh, no one likes you. Cops are bastards. You're gonna have to learn to deal with it.
Yeah,
That's what I read
and
when I read that synopsis.
the thing is, to be fair, cops in Gotham are suck. Like that is the point. That's why Batman has to be Batman, because the cops are bad.
Yeah, but if people, when you read the part saying from the top to the lowest new young blood rookies and all that, it's like, no, she's basically saying cops are hated, cops suck, deal with it. We're going to have to learn to adjust to that. It's basically trying to embrace a cab, but
Yeah,
without action, but still having to keep the cops around. Again, I have a feeling if really had his way, he'd get rid of the GCPD.
yeah. He'd try and do some kind of DMZ Chaz nonsense. And that's the thing
If
is
he
he just
could,
throws in these stupid buzzwords without even doing
a
them like
Latin, having
thought.
Renee use the phrase Latinx and everything.
But female representing, which is not even the correct term. Like the correct term is female presenting, and it's
Okay,
so
here's the other
nonsense,
thing. Here's the other
so
thing.
badly written.
Here's the other thing. I can understand Renee feeling like you want me as a diversity hire. I can
Yeah, but she
understand her
wouldn't like
being,
rattle off a ton of stupid
oh no,
buzzwords like that.
oh no, oh no. But she would at least call it if she saw it coming a mile away. That it wasn't because of how good she was, but because it was just to fill a checkbox. She would call it out.
She would call it out, but she wouldn't do it like he wrote it. Like it's just
Nor
clumsy, bad.
nor would she call herself Latinx. I mean, she's too
No.
old to use that. She's too old.
Well, she's Dominican too, isn't she?
Yeah. Uh,
I'm pretty
I
sure she's
think
Dominican.
I've heard more people calling that she is a Latina. I've heard more people describe her as that lately.
Hold on, let me check.
Oh, and good God, don't get me started how he was having it be she.
Yeah, she's Dominican.
Okay, but I still remember how she was had to be. She was being a hypocrite and seemed to be anti-mask, when she herself is a mask.
Yeah, I I will be interested to see what he does. I'm so pissed off that they're letting him play with her as Question in I Am Batman, because that means I have to keep reading, and I'm so pissed off at that title. But I want to know what's going on with Renee as the Question. This miniseries pisses me off because it is what I wanted, but it is from the abs. It's like the Punchline. I do not. I want these people to stop getting work. Go to
Hmm.
Marvel. I mean, he is at Marvel, but so is Howard. Okay, Dark Crisis 5, revealed title of Infinite Earths.
Mm. I've been liking Dark Crisis so far.
I think it's an event. I just don't like events,
And at least Joshua Williamson has made it clear it is not ending with a reboot. It is not.
which is nice. What it's ending with, well, at some point, probably soon, they're bringing back the Infinite Multiverse, which
But
gets
that's what
all
bothers me
confused.
though. Didn't Death Metal say that they were omniverse, which is a multiverse of multiverses? Isn't that pretty much
At the
an
point they
infinite
did
earth?
Omniverse, my brain just stopped working and I wanted to rip the book in half.
No, but you know what I'm saying, all right? Wasn't that supposed to be a multiverse of multiverses?
I thought it was more about all timelines being melded.
No, no, no. That's the linear verse from
No, no, no.
Generation.
Like everything happened. Like all the history happened.
I
Like I
think
thought that's
that
the
I think
Omniverse.
I think I think that's what Williamson was playing off of what Snyder said. I think Snyder was meant to go up saying that everything, all like again, omniverse. It means it's not a limited multiverse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, I think that's what I think. This is more what Williamson is trying to redefine what was done.
So here we have the Deadly Green, Superboy, and Swamp Thing merge, and it looks very confusing.
I'm curious on where that's going now.
Yep. Dark Crisis World Without a Justice League Green Arrow. So Stephanie
Which,
Phillips.
who's been wanting to do more Green Arrow for ages, and I applaud her for that.
I have been mostly enjoying what Stephanie Phillips has done, so I think this could be fun. And I really like Clayton Henry's art. He did a
I also
great
like,
job.
hey, remember, also she did a story during the Green Arrow 80th anniversary.
Oh yeah, which one was hers?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Let me check. Green Arrow 80. All right, let's see. No, I need table of contents. Oh, she did the one where Green Arrow was watching the Watchtower. Everyone else was.
Yeah.
That was funny. She has a good sense of humor, I think,
Mm-hmm.
which is why she does well in Harley Quinn.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about that. That book sucks.
Oh, really?
The Young Justice?
Oh, Young Justice. Oh, God. After did you see? I don't know if you saw Nerdette's recent video on it.
I looked. I didn't see one.
Yeah, go look again. It's there.
I'll have to check.
Yeah, because good God Almighty, I think so many people are now really finding out just what Megan Fitzmartin. She doesn't even read these other books. She's probably given
Well, see,
summary
I
notes.
disagree with that. I think she reads them drunk.
Okay, but still, you get my point though. It's like how could she mess up Arrowette? How could she have done that?
Because she's not using Arrowette as a character with a history. She's using Arrowette as a
Mouthpiece.
stand-in for her being a female fan who was bullied by male fans.
But that's and Arrowette's original reason for quitting was way more dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that she almost killed someone and she didn't
I
trust
am
herself.
not talking about this book because it sucks and I don't want to give it airtime. Flashpoint Beyond, the ending.
Curious on how it's going to end, especially where it's been going lately.
Yeah. I'll probably read that one in trade. I haven't been keeping up with
Oh, they did the trade.
Yep. Coming out in November, which is pretty quick, actually.
Well, remember, it was supposed to come out. They were supposed to come out bi-weekly, and then they condensed it. Now, of course, I think it also helps. I think it also helps that it is actually operating parallel to Dark Crisis. They flat out and stated Dark Crisis was happening as these events were going on.
Well, it probably helps that Jeremy Adams is co-writing that and the Flash tie-ins to Dark Crisis.
Yes, yep, very much so. And although the fact that he assured me once before he has no intention of bringing back, Reverse Flash, technically he did, and well, then Reverse Flash is all back, but he's dead before we can do anything with him.
Haha. A nice new Death of Superman, Superman Son of Kal-El. I'm not reading that.
You should for this.
Nope, I'm not going to.
No. Look, go back up. It's crossing over with Action Comics.
No, I know that, but I'm not going to because I don't want to see another. You're great, John. You're a better man than I could ever be.
I don't think John's gonna.
Tom Taylor is going to do it. Tom Taylor is going to make that happen.
Not when you also have Philip Kennedy Johnson alongside him.
Not in this issue. This is going to be Tom Taylor pumping up. He's putting John Kent over, and he's dissing Clark. It's going to be him.
No. And I think
look forward to your apology when the issue comes out.
Really? Hey, wait. If he's going to kiss his ass and simply say you're better than I'll ever be, then I will agree. If he ends up just still giving him props and saying you're as good as I am, or at the very least, you show you have the potential to be better than me, that's different than saying you are flat out currently better than me.
I don't know. I think saying you have the potential to be a rare man than I can ever be is still putting him over too much.
Anyone could have more potential than Superman. Especially his son.
Superman is the best.
Well, anyway.
All right. So here is Action Comics. Looks pretty cool. I don't understand what this cover's for, though. And the movie covers. Oh, yeah. Because October is when Black Adam is hopefully coming out. Birthright. I actually think about getting this because this is my favorite of the...
I already have my own hardcover copy. And it's signed by Mark Waid.
It's $50 though. Oof. Maybe I'll look
Well,
at in-stock
12.
trade.
It's 12 issues.
No, I know, but I'll have to look at in-stock trade, see what the price is, because that's a lot. All right, Wonder Woman Historia. Nicholas Scott doing art for this one. Gonna look gorgeous. Nope. And here's the Halloween anthology. We've got Paul Levitz, Carla Pacheco, Jeremy Hahn, Tim Seeley, Zach Thompson, and others writing, which is a ton of people who aren't currently writing for DC.
Especially Levitz. That's the surprise.
Yeah. This book is going to be probably fun, but have absolutely no bearing on anything. I'm mostly excited about the Bell Rev, Saved by the Bell Rev summer anthology.
Yeah. That's the year prior, or the month prior.
Yeah. All right. So, well, that's next month. I'm really excited. Here's the Bruce Campbell story. Sergeant Rock versus Zombie.
I can't wait. I cannot wait still.
Deceased continues. I'm surprised they haven't announced the what's it called? A tie-in, because he's done tie-ins for every other issue, and I feel like they announced
I think no. Wait, what tie-in?
So first issue they did Unkillables, and then they did
I think because
A Good Day to Die.
I think because he wrapped up so many of those plots in the second mini. Especially Constantine.
But
the only thing he has left here is the dark side stuff and Superman in the Sun.
And Stephanie. He killed off Stephanie and then had Talia take her to the Lazarus pit.
And Stephanie, yes. So that's the only thing. And to be fair, the virus itself is no longer a major issue aside from Darkseid and Superman.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think he really wants to.
I think they're gonna do something. I just am surprised they haven't announced it yet.
I think it is more trying to wrap things up. I think they've realized that things are winding down for Deceased.
Yeah, but they're like pushing DC versus vampires really, really hard. So I feel I
think they're pushing it really hard because they know that this is a case where they're not going to be able to extend it beyond this first mini.
That's true. DC versus Vampires is going to be a 12-issue mini. It is never planned to be a trilogy, whereas Deceased was apparently always planned to be a trilogy.
I don't think no. From what I understand,
that's what Tom Taylor said.
From what I understand, it started out as a self-contained thing, but partway through, that's why there was such a big gap between 4 and 5.
Oh, I see. Okay.
4 and 5 is when he took a big gap to try and plot things out more and how he could expand it. Because when you really look at it, yeah. And then Deceased Dead Planet ended up being a case where it became one thing and then ended up being, Tom Taylor just adores Constantine and isn't he the greatest? And let's rip off, let's have him tell the story he wanted to tell with Constantine in years 3 of Injustice, but never had a chance to.
So here's a weird one. I don't understand what's going on with Batman versus Robin. I thought this was going to basically follow up from Josh Williamson's Robin run. But this says, in the wake of Damian Wayne's devastating attack on the Batcave, Bruce and Alfred are on the run.
I think it's jumping history.
But like,
I think whatever.
You're canceling the Robin title if you're.
No. I think whatever's possessing Damian to do this is probably jumping him through history.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Very confusing to me. They're doing another Batman Scooby-Doo with Shawley Fish, so that should be fun. And this is the League of All Nations, the Batman of All Nations versus Ra's al Ghul, so that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Batgirls. Let's take a look at our covers. So
why do I have a weird feeling it's going to end next issue?
What?
Why do I have a feeling they're going to probably end it at 12?
They might.
And I hope not. Also, I think Tinian did a much better job setting up stuff for the Batgirl stuff than what was ever done during Fear State.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I think Tinian originally was going to do a lot more trying to set up and coordinate with people. But then, he did Substack. So he's like, well, I'm out. I don't want to have to tie you up with my own stuff. So he just sort of went limp and did his own stuff.
Yeah, because let's see, again,
nobody took over.
Yeah, and again, the Batgirl stuff was clearly a rush job. To set, the stuff with oh, what's her name? Um, the hacker.
Seer.
Seer was clearly seriously because some of the stuff made zero sense, and then the reveal that it was a kid again, 0 sense.
I still think that the problem with Batgirls is that they originally, well, so I think they originally were going to give it to Teenie Howard, and then they read the stuff she wrote for Future State, and they're like, no. So then they tried Castellucci, and she did that Oracle story, and they were like,
Oh,
nope, people
and then
still like her.
and back yeah, and Batgirl 50.
And then they tried Marguerite Bennett, and she did a Batgirl story, and that was completely terrible. And so they basically tried 3 different teams before they got Cloonan and Conrad. And
Yeah,
so
but
I think, I don't know, DC
and
just didn't have a
and
strong plan for Batgirls.
and the stuff with Seer also makes it more sense when you really look at how Seer was clearly portrayed as an adult initially.
Well, and also,
Even Ridley, look at when Ridley wrote them for that one issue of
yeah.
I Am Batman. That was clearly an adult.
Now here's the thing: do you think this villain behind the zoo is Firefly, like a version, or Killer Moth, or do you think that's a new villain?
New villain, probably.
Okay. I love that we've got Kyle and Maps. I love those characters, and I'm really excited to
Oh,
see them interact with Cass and Staff.
I want more Maps. I've been loving how Maps is as well, Robin.
Yeah, Maps in that Batman backup was amazing.
I know people are,
Um,
and I've noticed no one's complained much
so look
about
at
her.
this. So this cover is clearly
Sorry.
incomplete. We got a bunch of
Yep.
characters who are not completely drawn,
Mm-hmm.
and like this, there's a bunch of characters. There's a bunch of covers like this. I don't know what's going on with Batman.
Right. A quick question.
And
Quick question. Where do you stand on Jim Lee saying the Snyderverse is definitely dead?
I don't care. That's the movies.
Right. Sorry. Just thought I'd ask.
I don't
Oh.
care.
So here's the other thing I should ask. Have they at all made any references to the stuff with Stephanie at all?
So apparently that's what this next arc's going to be about.
Oh.
Batman Night Watch. This is a sequel to something that came out like a year and a half ago.
Which was
I don't know. It's like a toy tie-in.
okay.
I don't know. World's Finest continues. Still Mora.
Boy, the guy is a workhorse.
No kidding. He's doing 2 ongoings right now.
And he's going to do Power Rangers Turtles 2 again next soon.
That man is insane. Beyond the White Knight continues.
Loving it. We're going to have Nightwing and Red Hood fighting.
Which, unfortunately, I'm not excited about because I feel like Murphy is bad at writing everyone except Bruce, Harley, and Joker.
Really?
Yep.
I thought he's been doing fine with Babs.
Nope, I think he's terrible at Babs.
What about Duke, who's a completely different Duke? But I think
no, you're right. Duke is actually really good.
Yeah. I mean, granted, he's Duke in name only.
Well, I mean, you could make an argument that he's Duke, original Duke, because Murphy is the co-creator.
True.
But I do like his Duke. So I take that back. Bruce, Harley, Joker, and Duke. Those are the really good characters that Murphy writes. Batman Fortress. I have only read the first issue, and I'm still a little confused about this series.
Mm-hmm.
Audio Adventures #2. Oh, this is a miniseries.
Yep.
I tried listening to Audio Adventures, like the podcast, and I did not enjoy it. I liked the Unburied better, even though that was weird.
All right.
Batman
the Night
concludes. It looks like they're definitely playing with that Year One. Yes, Father, I shall become a bat. So love that. And this is the last time we'll see Giandomenico until he does Joker in the same month.
Yep.
But this series, 100% recommended. Love it.
Yep.
So
even though it's not canon.
Wait, why not?
Well, as far as I understand, it's just been made clear it's been its own little center, kind of like Last Ride.
No, I'm pretty sure this is canon because he's been doing things like tying it into Ghostmaker and stuff.
True.
And he talked about So he talked in his Substack, and I really do recommend checking out Chip's Substack because he does a lot of like behind the scenes stuff for Batman, which is cool. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but he talked about how he had to sort of dance around continuity with his Zatanna issue because there's a bunch. I mean, there's a ton of stuff about Batman and Zatanna, so he had to figure out what he was going to do and how that fit or didn't fit with other things. So I'm pretty sure he's trying to make a continuity.
All right.
And I really hope that he ties it into his ongoing run because, come on.
True.
All right, Urban Legends sucks. Don't care.
Uh,
Black Adam, awesome, so good.
well, now, once we find out that it's going to be Bolt and not White Adam, yes.
Well, yeah, White. I mean, that's the thing is the Malik is just like White Adam. That's a sucky name. Why are you calling me that? I thought
Yeah,
that was
but I am a little unsure given how Black Adam is already saying you're better than I've ever been.
well, but that's the thing is that Black Adam. His whole thing is there's no redemption. Like I'm a child killer. But look at this cover by Rafa Sandoval. Isn't that just stunning?
Yep. Although I'd also point out, next ne- hold on. Next issue is going to blah, 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 blah. It looks like from this issue, looks like he's going to be getting that disease, and next issue is going to be the last one before it leads into Justice League 75.
I mean, we know that he survives Justice League 75,
No, I know, but I'm saying no. The whole point, the first, and Priest has stated, first 6 issues is pre 75.
right?
Last
And then the
6 is
second six
post.
issues.
So that means it tells you that he's not going to die.
Well, yeah.
And we know he gets better.
I mean, so here's the thing. I don't actually care about Black Adam. I'm here for Priest, and Priest is making me care about Black Adam. But like, I still don't care about him except when Priest is writing him. So
Fair enough.
I just love the character, like how he's diving deep into this man who's thousands of years old and plagued by guilt, and he's got all these comments about other countries, and I'm really excited to see how he fights against Bruce Wayne because I loved how Deathstroke and Batman fought when Priest was writing. That was hilarious. But yeah, this title has been so exciting, and it's really digging deep into the fact that Black Adam is a dictator of a country. So like, what does that mean? He doesn't just walk around doing stuff. He like has plans and development. Like,
True.
he thinks through consequences.
But the other thing is though, as far as we know though, he shouldn't be able to turn back into Beyond Black Adam because it was made very clear every time he does that, the age will catch up with him.
So I hope they explore that because I thought that happened in 52. Although in
No,
52,
oh no,
he was trapped.
Shazam. But the other Shazam book, remember Jeff Johns' last issue on Shazam had the same thing happen.
Oh man, I just skimmed that. I don't remember.
Yeah, at the very end, he and Black Adam had to both say the magic word to zap and knock out Superboy Prime. And of course, Black Adam says, if I do it, I will wither away. To which Shazam promised him, I will restore you. And sure enough, he almost withered away.
Maybe he restored him, so now he has this Theo Adam form.
No. He just meant he would make sure he didn't wither away.
But maybe the restoration actually ended up giving him this young body.
Well, until they say it, I will believe it.
I don't know. I'm hoping they explore that. I don't know.
All right. Anyway, next.
But here's the tie-in to the
movie.
Last one.
The last one. Yep.
Yeah. They look really cool.
Right.
I still need to read. I have the first one. I need to read it like more carefully.
Here's Brosnan.
This cover looks so cringe. Like, I love Pierce Brosnan. I think he's going to be great, but like the colors on this are just bad.
Do you think he's going to die in the movie?
Probably.
He's too big a name to keep around.
More milestone that I am not. Oh my gosh. So solicitations for Catwoman. Don't you just read it when your current and former lovers meet accidentally. Confirmed that my suspicion that she's just going to have Catwoman sleep with Valmont and it's going to suck.
FYI, Nerdette loves this, so I'm not going to say a word.
This title sucks. It is awful. Selena is an incompetent moron the entire time.
She, as far as I know, because she reads it, I don't. She says, and she would disagree with you strongly.
That's fine. It sucks.
Okay, let's just move on.
DC versus Vampires. there's a lot of focus on the birds of prey. And here's the thing about DC versus vampires. This is Tynan attempting to do like
Well,
cosmetic, eugenic,
Ty-
or
Tynion just plotted it,
robotic.
remember?
Right, but his concept was for an apocalypse, and that means they are going to lose. I think people may or may not understand that. This is not like DC's where you're going to win. You're going to lose. Everyone will die in this series.
Even the vampires.
Yep. And All Out War continues. Some
I do
cool
not care for the artwork. I do not care for the artwork, interior artwork.
I didn't really care. I bought it for the backup because it had Stephanie Brown, and the backup did have really awesome art.
Oh, but why did Gordon have to turn?
Because they turned him in the main series.
I forgot they did that. Yeah.
DC Mech. I just am not super excited about this. Deathstroke Inc. number 14. Very exciting.
What do you think about the fact
exciting,
that? What do you think about the fact that Basin took over was year one when it was the solicitations beforehand kept saying it was going to be Williamson at first?
I think Williamson realized he was doing too much.
Yeah, but I think that might have been a mistake. I think it was always meant to be Beeson taking over for year one.
Oh, this is a really cute cover. Look at that. That's hilarious. I wish it wasn't an incentive though. I can't buy it because it's going to be like $26, but all right. Detective Comics. Now, the first issue was pretty cool except for the backup which sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's trippy. It's very Morrison-y. But I like it better because I think that Ramvi's a better dialogue and poetic writer than Morrison.
Right.
Duo. Fables. This is interesting. The latest issue of Fables actually did up the stakes quite a bit. Like the first two issues felt kind of whimsical, but this latest issue really upped the stakes, made it feel a lot more dangerous and a lot more relational conflict. And I thought that was good. So this looks like it's going to continue that. This cover looks a little unfinished to me, though.
Perhaps.
The cover by Buckingham looks great, though. That's pretty cool. Future State Gotham final issue. Thank goodness. I'm so tired of this.
I dropped it after 6.
I mean, I was only buying certain issues for characters or covers, and I actually bought the last issue because it had that Cassandra Cain story by the same guy who did the All Out War backup.
Mm-hmm.
But this series is terrible. It is awful and boring and cliched.
And it's ending with Bruce Wayne fighting everyone.
Well, there's 5 different people being Batman, and they're all fighting each other. I do like the thing is they focus on the least interesting characters of Red Hood and Jace Batman. Like I wish they would focus on like Hunter Panic or Eternal Tim or like Duke. Like there's so many characters that are in interesting places in Future State, and they focus on the least interesting ones.
Right. And then they kill off Grifter.
Well, I mean, he's sort of alive in hell. He helped Damien. Harley Quinn, after the weekly series they do in August, or was it September?
No, August. And then September at the 30th anniversary.
Right. Okay. And now we're just doing this interesting arc where she's apparently dead. Now that'll be interesting.
Yep.
I do really like this cover. Is that Sammy Basri? It looks like Sammy Basri. I love Sammy Basri's art. And Derek Chu. Yep. Don't recognize that art. A little clumsy. Looks like maybe Inaki Miranda. Who is that? Oh, it's Rachada Lynn. I don't know that one. Okay. And I Am Batman 14. Question is here. Hero was born, mantle is passed. That's probably Tiffany Fox, who becomes like fake Robin or fake Batgirl.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I hate this series, especially because it stole Christian Duce from the Flash. Christian Duce was doing Flash, and then they stole him for this, and they're putting Fernanda Pasaran. Like, put Fernanda Pasaran on this scissor so I can not pay attention to it. Monkey Prince returns, apparently. I don't understand what's going on with this title.
I don't know either. Wait. What issue is that for Monkey Prince?
7.
I think that's me. They're going on a break then, because I think the recent
Yeah,
one
they
was
are going on a
6.
break. Yeah, they are going on a break. Which is weird. Like, what is... I don't understand what they're doing. That's a terrible idea. Multiversity Teen Justice, fun concept. I don't know. I just don't care about Teen Titans, Justice League, or any of these people. Nightwing 97. So I wanted to look at the preview for Nightwing 96. They say that love is when two hearts find their happy place right next to each other. But to Heartless, that's just the wall of jar of hearts he has in his back office. As Dick and Babs' two hearts do find their happy place next to each other, one question they ask each other proves difficult to answer. And then this says, Batgirl gives Nightwing her answer, and they have a long talk with each other about what that means.
I think he's going to propose. She's going to say no, and then talk about where their relationship is.
You think that they're going to propose?
I do.
I mean, that's what they're teasing. Now, this is a gorgeous cover.
But that's what it feels like they've been building to this whole time.
It feels... that feels really sudden. I don't understand what they're doing with that. Maybe... I feel like this is the kind of fake out you pull when it's like, we should live together. I feel like that they're going to be like...
True. Well, we're nearing 100.
I don't know. It just feels so... Maybe I'm biased because it took 25 issues for Tom King to get Batman to propose to Catwoman, and then it took 10 more issues for him to give Catwoman the answer, and then it took 15 more issues for him to have the wedding break up.
I know.
All right. Poison Ivy continues.
I've been liking that.
I only read the first issue. It's well done. I just don't care about Poison Ivy, and I don't like her.
Okay.
It isn't doing things that I hate. Like,
what do you think about revealing that she's not a vegetarian?
Well, I only read the first issue. I didn't.
But I'm just saying that was the recent issue, and it's revealed that
she actually eats. Second issue.
Yeah, she actually eats meat.
That's really weird.
And I think because in her eyes, why would she eat the plants she loves?
Okay, so that is logical. That's thoughtful.
Yeah, it makes people think, well, why wouldn't she? Of course she eats plants. It's like, why would she eat plants?
So here's, loving it. This is a really interesting series. Love the art. The concept is really dark.
Yep. Continuing off of Arkham City.
I love this cover by Jorge Corona. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think this is going to be a trade read for me, or trade buy. I don't know. I might keep up with it, but I mean, the Order of Saint Dumas is such a dark story. Like, it's such a dark concept the way they do it, and this looks like it's going to go like almost Cthulhian, like before the flood, and like there's a great beast. So that sounds like Cthulhu. Yep. So that'll be really interesting. Flash, of course, and unfortunately, Fernando Pasarin's back. I'm so irritated.
I like Pasarin.
I really don't like Pasarin.
That's you.
I really loved MNK Nwelpon, and I'm so irritated that he's just there for the Dark Crisis crossover because he's so good.
Yep.
I wish he could be the ongoing because he's such a good artist. And this sounds fun because it's going to continue the Flash family stuff, which is what I care about in this story.
I gotta say, especially with the recent Flash, having Wallace go back to his New 52 future state outfit was interesting.
Yeah, there's like some really weird reality bending, flashing back and forth stuff. That was really interesting.
I mean, I get it was done so he's separate from the Wally in that world.
Right. All right, and here's the movie tie-in, which they're re-soliciting without the naked Ezra cover.
All right. Okay, next.
Human Target continues. So this has been rendered non-canon because Guy Gardner shows up in...
even though he's well, I told you that. Although technically, how is it some of the other characters are still either Green Lanterns or alive again in Dark Crisis?
For fun.
Like Aricia is alive. Jessica she was one of those that was killed off during Jeffrey Thorne's run, and she came back as a Green Lantern construct ghost.
Jeffrey Thorne killed off Aricia?
off screen.
Okay, that pisses me off. Come on.
And she was one of those that was listed as that died because their ring shut down after the battery blew up. And but then we saw her as one of the well, I'm gonna say Force Ghost, Lantern Ghosts at the end.
That pisses me off.
What
If they've
about
already
Jessica?
killed Alicia once, they shouldn't do it again.
And how about and Jessica's green again when she was yellow last?
Wait, what was she yellow in? I thought
Yeah,
that was
in the
interstate.
annual, no, because that led into the annual.
Okay, so she actually did become yellow in actual current continuity.
Well, that story in Future State was actually set in the current.
Huh. That's really weird.
Because actually, it was supposed to happen at the same time that the lantern blew. And Nick Tate, I think, who was the writer, I think. And
Hmm.
you know what it seemed like he was setting up? It seemed like he was setting up of Jessica had being as a Yellow Lantern, as opposed to being afraid all of her life, she was going to get carried away and install fear too much,
Yeah. I didn't
which would have
read
been
any
which
of
would have been
Orange Book.
which would have been an interesting twist. Well, Tate stuff was not supposed to tie into what Thorne was doing, except for Jessica losing her ring and then becoming a Yellow Lantern. Okay, Jurassic League, I am loving that.
That's good. I love the concept. I just feel like I want more dinosaur-y stuff and less person-y stuff.
There's more dinosaurs in it.
Well, I want them to act more like dinosaurs.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
But that's what I wanted. All right, and this
Oh,
looks
I've actually seen stuff about the next issue, and it's interesting.
yeah.
Doing better than what Sheridan had was doing with Shazam. I'll tell you that.
I didn't mind the Sheridan Shazam, surprisingly.
Well, it was probably the best thing he was writing, better than
Yeah,
the Red
I
X
mean it's
stuff.
not a huge
Which,
bar, but
from
like
what I
I
heard,
didn't hate it.
funniest thing I heard, Red X was supposed to have a major part of Dark Crisis until the backlash made it very clear, drop it.
Uh, Nice House on the Lake continues, almost done. Tim Drake Robin
Oh
continues.
gosh, read the end of that solicit.
Boop, boop, boop. Bernard isn't answering Tim's calls because that's what everybody wants. More teen drama with the personality-free boyfriend.
Oh yeah, and yeah, again, that special, that Pride special is what proved that everything is meant to be a mouthpiece, and that this is, Fitzmartin doesn't even care about Tim, the character, at all.
Well, Tim as character with history. Tim as character who she makes her sad boy with a boyfriend she likes a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, and it's the fact that what really made me lose it was that special. Besides stuff with Stephanie, was the fact that Tim flat out lied to Connor.
Yeah, that was just.
That was
I understand you're
sociopathic.
trying to make like Tim realistic with flaws and stuff, but that doesn't make Tim real. That makes Tim stupid and
Oh yeah,
and unlikable.
I know. It's like, well, not that though. He throws Steph under the bus, saying, "Oh,
Oh
she's
yeah,
the one who's not talking." That's not what she told us. Oh, right, you guys talk now. It's like
that is such lazy writing and it's so bad.
that's not just lazy. That's just horrible. That
Yeah,
just tells you that.
it makes everyone. Well, it makes Tim look awful, and that's like not what you want. Ah, and Titan
Well,
Commute.
I
Isn't this
was
like an alternate universe, or is this actually main continuity?
alternate universe.
Yeah, I do like.
This is
I don't know.
yep. I
It's
think it's a
weird.
play. I think this is a playoff of the Titans show. A
Yeah,
playoff
but
of
it's
it.
not gritty and dark at all.
Yep. And the last mini was great.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Okay, but anyway,
Wonder Woman continues.
meh. I'm gonna keep up with it until 800.
How much longer you got? You got 8 issues to go.
Yep. Then after that, I may drop it again. And last time I dropped it was at seven, like was right when
Was it
Wilson's
right
run
after
ended.
750?
Oh no, Orlando. Yeah, after Orlando's run ended.
Oh, but Tamaki's run was really good.
I didn't know it until afterwards. I did not care for that first issue she did. That
Hmm.
first issue she did felt like, oh crap.
I don't know. I kind of
But
really like that first issue. I wish I had gotten it at the time because now it's really hard to find.
anyway,
Young Justice Target. So this is an interesting story, and
well,
it's gonna.
it's set after the recent. This might be the series finale until unless they get renewed again.
Maybe. But they have Stephanie Brown on cover of issue 3, so I'm excited about that.
Of course you are.
I mean, come on. I have a brand
Anyway,
to maintain here, man.
next
Aquaman
we're in the
trade.
trade. We're in the trades. I think that's
This is
it.
weird because, like, this series was supposed to be an ongoing, but they're treating it like a mini. I don't get it.
I think it was a case where they just had one arc ready, and then things just the sales tanked. Unlike Flashpoint, where no, not Flashpoint. Beyond the White Knight, where it was where it kind of did help its sales. The Aquaman incentive they did nothing.
Well, here's okay. Have I done my Aquaman rant with you before?
I don't know.
Okay, stop me if what I say sounds like something I've said before.
All right.
So, this series was mismanaged from the beginning. And I don't mean creative team. I think that Brandon Thomas is fantastic. I don't know enough about Chuck Brown to say, but like Brandon Thomas
I
is
saw about
so good.
Chuck Brown on Black Manta stunk.
Okay. But here's the thing. Batman could sustain probably about 10 ongoing titles.
Mm-hmm.
Superman can sustain 2, maybe 3. Wonder Woman can sustain 1. Aquaman can sustain 1. Flash can maybe sustain 2.
What was Jeremy Adams anyway?
I mean, Williamson did twice a month, so that's basically 2 ongoings.
True.
Um,
And Adams keeps saying up and down he could do it the same thing, but
and the thing is, Williamson did that for 100 issues.
oh yeah, exactly 100 issues. If you add them all up, 100 issues straight. Even more so because he did the Batman issues, except for one of them.
Yep.
That was the first issue of the Button. Otherwise, the second issue, nope, he did that Batman issue, and then he
Yep.
did the
That's
two
correct.
Batman issues of the Heroes in Crisis tie-in.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
But here's the thing. So DC should know this. If you want to build a character from being able to sustain one title to like more than one title, what do? You build something that's really exciting in the main title, and then you spin that off. What did DC do with both Wonder Woman and Aquaman? With Wonder Woman, they launched 4 different titles at the same time. And yes, some of them were ongoings, some of them were miniseries, but they had 4 at the same time. Wonder Woman cannot do that. She
agreed.
does not have enough fans to have 4 titles at the same time.
Aquaman had technically
3.
three. Well,
Yeah,
no.
Aquaman.
Oh no. You had two, and then the third one came right at the tail end of those.
Right. Aquaman cannot sustain 2 titles. And they did 3 at the
Well,
same
well,
time.
well. Black Manta kind of counted.
But here's the thing. They should have launched Aquaman with
Oh no, you're wrong.
Infinite Frontier,
It was
and it
4.
should have
No,
been
technically it was 4. If you count the Becoming, Green Lantern, Green
right,
Arrow, the target, and
right,
Black Manta,
Black
and then
Manta,
towards the end of them is when we got Aquaman.
right. That's too many. You're burning out your fan base, and they don't know which one to buy, so they don't buy any of them.
Especially when you had the target.
Right. So they should have used the storylines they had because it's all the same creative team. Use the storyline, have Brandon Thomas write the main storyline and have it be, the Becoming and then the Deep Target, and then have Black Manta be the backups.
Oh, agreed. I think.
And then you go into this Aquaman storyline, but still call it Aquaman because it's less confusing. Like, come on. You clearly have enough story to tell a year and a half of storylines, but instead you try and do it all at once, and the market won't take that. You cannot just say you can't cancel Aquaman, so there's no hype for him, and then launch 4 titles at the same time and expect people to buy it. That's not how that works.
I have a feeling that Aquaman was originally meant to be an event, and that it kind of fell apart.
I don't know what they're doing, but it's such, and this is the problem with the characters who don't have dedicated editors. They have these ideas, they have people who pitch, and so they approve them, but there's no editor who's like, no, we need to pull this back, build it up in the main title, and then launch out.
Yep,
It's
agreed.
such mismanagement, and now we're not going to have an
Well,
Aquaman
actually,
title again.
actually, to be fair, I do think the Becoming and Deep Target were done intentionally. Again, like they've done with everyone else. Have someone have the new Aquaman and the old Aquaman at the same time, so they can choose. I think that's why they did it that way.
I still think they should have called it Aquaman and had those be arcs in the ongoing.
But you get no, but you get what I'm saying. I
I
think
get
it
what
was
you're
done
saying, but
because every
Aquaman can't do that. There's not
no,
enough fans.
but when you look at it, originally it was there was them trying to show we're not going to be like Marvel and tell them
So
you
what you're
only
saying is sort of like Action and Superman, Son of Kal-El. So it's like
yes
you can buy Action if you want Clark, and you can buy Son of Kal-El if you want Superboy.
yes that's why they did the Aquaman Green Arrow
But
book so you
that's
can have
Superman. Superman can sustain 2 titles.
you also had Wonder Woman and Wonder Girl.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl, Nubia, and I thought there
Well,
was one more. Oh, and Evolution.
true. Yes,
That's
you
too
had
many. There are not that many Wonder Woman fans.
Evolution was something different. It was not tied into any of those.
It was still a Wonder Woman title that Wonder Woman fans are supposed to buy.
Fair enough.
You
And
have to have the fan base to buy multiple titles, and those characters don't.
I understand it. And then of course you have all the Batman books and you have, I am
Because
Batman as the
people buy
option.
those freaking books.
I get that. But I'm just saying what I'm saying is that this was them trying to do the opposite of all new Marvel, which was basically here's the new version. That's
And you
all you're
can't
gonna
buy the old version at all.
Yeah, exactly. And basically saying if you want the new version, screw you, you're istophobes.
Yep, yep.
Oh, I've been loving Rogues, by the way.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's really cool that they did a Flash Black Label. That's really cool.
Even though it's not
Um,
really Flash, really.
well, no, but like for Black
Oh
Label, it
God,
makes
oh
sense, right?
God, oh
We're skipping.
God.
We're skipping that. Okay, so this is kind of fun because this includes this great issue with Stephanie Brown,
Mm-hmm.
alternate universe. I think it's really cool that that's getting reprinted. And that's coming in November too. And I think that's the last one. Yep, that's the last one. Okay, so then I want to take a quick look at uh,
Previews?
the DC Connect,
Connect.
just because
The
I want to
Connect.
see. So this is to see what they're pushing. So they're pushing Riddler Year One, pushing Penguin, and then the video game tie-in, and Dark. Is that Dark Crisis there?
I can't see very well. It's too small for me.
This one on the left.
Yes, that's Dark Crisis. I mean, obviously they're pushing that.
And what's this one? Flashpoint Beyond, or is that what is this one?
I think that's Static.
Oh, right, Milestone. Okay, and then we've got Flashpoint Beyond, Death of Superman, and Superman Birthright. So this is. I honestly don't know. Obviously, you've got a Batman focus and you've got the event focus, but the choice to do Milestone and then these trades are weird to me.
You know something? I will give them this about DC lately with their events. Have you noticed something about what's the big difference have you noticed with their events compared to Marvel when they do their big events?
Marvel, you have to buy like a trillion titles.
Well, yes, but more specifically, they're all tied into the other books and interrupting their books.
Oh yeah, that's true.
DC hasn't been doing that much lately when you really think about it, unless they absolutely need to, and it's like one or two interrupting the books. They haven't done that in ages.
Well, I
They
mean,
have not.
you
They
could
have not
say
done a.
maybe it's what's doing with Flash, but I mean, they let him finish his Flash arc and then he's doing this
Oh
tie-in
yeah,
arc.
oh yeah, and they did the same thing with Death Metal and all that, where they had only one or two interrupting arcs. For the
And they
most
mostly
part,
did those in like those spin-offs, like
Justice
Last
League.
Stories and stuff.
No, well, yeah, but if they did do a tie-in, it was like Justice League or whatnot.
Yeah,
But
which
if
is
you
the
know,
kind of
they
thing you'd
have. But
expect to tie into like an event.
well, especially with Justice League, they were in between creators at that point.
Right.
But I'm saying, but if you notice,
Okay.
it has not been since. I'm guessing Forever Evil, I think, was the last time they ever. No, Future State was the last time they had any interruption on a grand multi-book, interruption.
Right, right. I mean,
I
you
mean,
could.
Convergence
So
doesn't count. Convergence.
here's one thing I will say. I do think that there was a bit of disruption between Nightwing and Fear State. I think Fear
Oh
State
yeah.
interrupted Nightwing,
Well,
but I think the
but
other
that's a
titles
bad family.
actually weren't. I
But the
think
thing is,
Harley Quinn and Catwoman, both Stephanie Phillips and Ram V really collaborated tightly with Tynan, and the reason that Tom Taylor his arc was interrupted is because he wasn't coordinating with Tynan very well.
and I think he was also forced to do to set it using that to set up stuff for Batgirls. I think he was forced to do that
I think you might
because
be right.
when you look at it, that's where we find out she's a kid. That's
Yeah,
where we find out where Stephanie and Cassidy are framed. That's
yeah,
where their lives are ripped apart.
yeah.
Same with
So
Bat. So
our first page in Connect is Batman, of course, and then Riddler Year One,
it's pretty much everything that New the Rama's order.
and then Penguin. Yep, some art from Penguin. That's pretty cool. Then Joker. So they are pushing Joker.
Well, obviously it's a number one, of course.
I am really curious to see how well this title sells and how much people care. Because I still
I
think Joker was great all the way through, but it feels like it kind of ended with no one paying attention anymore.
Well, yeah, especially when you had delays.
Yeah, the delay of 3 months and the fact that they said 14 was the last issue, that was really difficult.
Yeah.
And then Punchline, and I want to punch someone else's line. Ugh. That animated series tie-in and the video game tie-in. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course you got your year one. I wonder if it'll be 1 year. I hope so.
I think it will be like two
Superman year
months.
one was not. Superman year one was like 15 years.
Yeah, definitely. And I plan on doing that as my prop. I might do that as my 50th pro teaches noob, where I'm gonna probably go over Batman Year One versus Superman Year One.
Why do you have to waste your time with Superman year one? Batman year one is great.
I actually liked Superman Year One.
Really? You like that?
Yeah.
Superman Wonder Woman shipping?
First of all, that was at the last half of the third issue. Not
Yeah,
only
Lois
that,
Lane
though,
never got her own issue though. I'm still
for the first half of the third issue.
all right. Here's some
Well,
interior art.
but can I say one thing? It was still much better than anything Bendis was doing at the time.
I liked the arc of action that he was doing at the time.
He was not doing the. If you're talking about the stuff with John Romita Jr., he wasn't. That wasn't going on at the time.
Oh yeah, you're right, because John Romita Jr. was doing Batman year one. Who
Yeah.
is this character? This is probably
Uh,
the dead character. So who is that?
I have. Wait. Go to the left. Go to the left so I can see what we're looking at.
It's on the right. The dead guy on the wall.
No. Oh, we're doing Batman Inc. I have no clue.
It's a lot of knives. I don't know. I am excited about Batman Inc.
Oh,
I think this
although
will be
wait. Why is it they're bringing in the side character from Tom Taylor's Batman, the detective, when that's set in the future?
Wait, which side character?
Oh no, maybe it might not have been here. But I remember seeing somewhere they've been seeing
You
Squire's
mean
new
Knight's
the Knight's new
new
sidekick.
Squire?
Yeah, when that was set up in the detective, which was set in the future.
Are you sure they're going to use her?
I think that's exactly what they're using. They've already used her in one other book recently.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they used her again.
Yeah, and it's like, but this is the Squire was set
I
up
mean, it
in.
makes sense for Knight to have a Squire.
Yes, but it's what it looks like. It's the same one that Taylor set up, which again was set up in the future.
Yeah, but that's how they do things. They set something up in the future story, like in Future State, and then they redo it in the present day with Fear State.
But she wasn't. But she first became the Squire during the detective.
No, I know, but I don't know. It is weird because if someone else creates a character, you don't get money for that.
Although
So
it is funny how in oof, I'm trying to remember which book it was. There was a book recently, and it had Bloodsport, or not Bloodsport, Blood something from the last day of Animal Man, which was an alternate future. But they were using him like he's been around already. It's like, wait, what? You know what I mean? It was like, wait, why are they using him when he shouldn't even exist?
Because comics.
You get my point. They treat him like he's already been around when it's like, no, he first appeared in Last Days of Animal Man, which was set in the future.
I do like that they have all the Dark Crisis stuff together. I wish they do that more often.
Yeah. Oh, redacted.
Oh, that's weird.
Or there's only the one cover.
Flashpoint Beyond trades. And here we get our small guys. So Superman in action crossing over. Wonder Woman collections and stuff. And our anthology. I wish they break up Milestone, and it's very confusing to me.
Yeah.
Batgirls and Nightwatch and Batman Superman. Yeah, this is the stuff they don't care about anymore, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make me sad that they clearly don't care about Catwoman, but
Okay, whatever.
it makes me sad they don't care about some of this other stuff. But, you can't do everything equally.
I know.
What's this one with the hand?
Sleepers.
Sleeper. What's that? Oh, it's
And that's
Ed Brubaker.
Brubaker, yeah.
Okay.
I will say, though, the fact that the Death of Superman omnibus is going to be including the Day of Doom miniseries which is like, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Because I liked that, and unfortunately, it never got a follow up. Because it was setting something up about someone who wanted to make, like the taint, Superman's return, or death in return, and it never went anywhere. Okay, I got to start turning in, so.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me for Solicits, and I think we did a good job going through everything.
Yep, probably a lot. You probably went a lot longer than you would have if you were alone.
Oh, of course, because I have to talk to other people.
Yep. Okay. Well, I got to turn in. So
have a good
see
night.
you later.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.